Hello, Michigan. Welcome to State Champs Extra Point. My name is Ryan Slocum, filling in for Lauren Plant. Once again this week, this program is presented by Lawrence Technological University. They have over 20 varsity athletic programs here at LTU, including the football program. To learn more, you can recruit yourself by simply going to LTUathletics.com. We are joined, as always, by Scott Burnstein, here to talk about the Michigan high school football season all season long on Extra Point. Scotty, what's happening this week, man?
We're getting into the thick of the football season. The leaves are changing. Football is on the it's not just on the horizon with great football coming up, state championships coming up, district championships, league championships coming up, but we have some great football this week on State Champs. Let's talk about it.
All right, yeah, let's do it. And we will tell you what Bernie is burning on just a little bit later. We'll also get an excerpt of our interview we had on the audio podcast version of Extra Point. This week, we talked to Davison head coach Jake Weingarts. You want to check that out. But first, here's the top games that State Champs covered last week, and we start on the west side of the state. It's Muskegon looking to bounce back after losing to Cass Tech. They went on the road at Zeeland West, tied at 14 in the second half, but the Big Reds coming through with a couple of scores, and they would go on to beat Zeeland West 28-20. We go to the OK Red, Caledonia at home taking on Granville. The Fighting Scots led by junior Mason McKenzie. He accounted for 3 touchdowns in the game. Caledonia going on to improve to 3-0 for the first time in 9 years. 24-14 was the final. Next to the mid-Michigan area for a Saginaw Valley League crossover, it was Grand Blanc on the road taking on Midland Dow in a battle of unbeatens. Grand Blanc down 15-14 late in the first half. That is until our Mr. Football candidate Elijah Jackson Anderson taking this one 47 yards to the crib. That would put the Bobcats up 20-15 as they went into the half. Now late in the game, GB holding on to a 27-23 lead. Dow with a chance on 4th down, but the Bobcat D coming through, and Grand Blanc improves to 3-0 on the year. Moving on to the KLAA, Livonia Churchill taking on our number 1 team in the state at the time, Belleville. The Tigers in this one, Churchill looking to beat Belleville for the first time in history. They'd get a couple of touchdown runs from Boston Clegg. Belleville freshman quarterback Bryce Underwood would connect with Rashad Wilson for 3 TDs, but it would not be enough. Churchill hangs on to beat Belleville 28-21. And finally, to the Detroit Public School League for the battle between King and Cass Tech. This game featured 2 Mr. Football candidates in LeSean Mumpfield and Dante Moore. And there's a reason why that junior QB, Mr. Moore, is rated as a 5-star recruit. All he did, 18 of 25 for 367 and 5 TDs. The Crusaders going on to beat Cass 41-34. And most likely, they will be facing each other once again in that PSL City Championship game later on in the year. Coming back here with Scotty Burnstein. Comments, lot to digest here, man. What are your thoughts here?
We started with Muskegon out on the west side, and I'd like to see them get back on the winning track. Miles Walton is a name you should know about. He's playing quarterback for Muskegon right now, but he's being recruited as in the secondary as a cornerback. So you'll be seeing him play on Saturdays, and he's looking really good. Finally, getting some of those growing pains behind him from the first couple of weeks, and now is playing some great football. We talked about Belleville, Bryce Underwood. If you want to talk about great quarterbacks or great quarterbacks in the making, Bryce Underwood could very well be the best quarterback in the country when it's all said and done for the class of 2025. And you're seeing the notorious CDR all over again, but in more of a Division I college body and a frame. So you're going to have those same kind of stats that CDR was putting up, but you're going to have a lot more Division I college offers coming down the pike for Bryce Underwood in these next couple of years. We were talking about King and Cass. best rivalry in terms of the city. Two great quarterbacks, LaShawn Mumfield and Dante Moore, going back and forth, clash of the Titans there. And then when we're talking about Grand Blanc, and they're playing some great football right now, Elijah Jackson Anderson. Go check out my blog on statechampsnetwork.com. I do a ranking of all of the best Swiss Army knife players in the state of Michigan, guys that are just a picture of versatility. He's in the top 3 or 4. Go check it out. Love what you've seen from him and Graham Blake and those Bobcats.
Yeah, and they're very excited to have him in Ypsilanti come next season. He is a good one for Grand Blanc.
It's a recruiting steal for Chris Creighton and those Eastern Michigan Eagles.
Absolutely. They got a big one coming up against Davison this week. This program is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Check out this week's MHSAA Minute as Executive Director Mark Ewell talks about the need for officials right now.
Do you know the biggest difference between a pickup game and organized high school sports? The answer is obvious, it's officials. School sports is more than just kicking a ball or running fast. They're an extension of a student's education and the classroom. An official can help teach the importance of following the rules, impartiality, and most importantly, fairness.
Captain of the football team, correct? Represents leadership and sportsmanship, right? You guys set the good examples for your fellow teammates, okay? All right, we have a problem with one of your fellow teammates, we'll come and ask you to take care of the problem, okay?
But the need for officials has never been greater. There are some benefits to becoming an official, like staying in shape, staying involved in the sports you played as a young person, networking, and of course, you can earn some pretty good extra money while doing all of that. It's easy to sign up. Just go to mhsaa.com/officials and click register now. Now is a great time for you to get involved in your community and give something back to our kids. There's help wanted. We need you to whistle. For more information, visit our website at mhsaa.com.
The Detroit Medical Center is back with their Game Changers segment. Lauren Plant caught up with Laura Ramus from the DMC to preview what to expect this fall.
What's up, Michigan? It is Lauren Plant once again coming to you once again from the DMC Sports Performance Center in Pontiac, and we are here welcoming back DMC, and we're welcoming back Laura Ramos here, who, if you have not seen any of the Game Changers segments that we have done over the course of the last few years, then where you been? Laura is here to give you her world of experience in nice little easy segments. Talk about just a little bit of the experience that you have, but also mainly the passion that you have to continue to keep doing it.
Well, just like a lot of you out there, I was a high school athlete and went on and played in college. So it was, it's in our blood to play sport. So I just love sport. And I found a way to have a career still in sport because I wasn't good enough to play professionally. So as a physical therapist and athletic trainer, I just want to share my knowledge now in medicine. And I think the big part of this that I've been able to do is take the complex words of medicine that doctors spew out and put it in an athlete's terms, because that's what I really am, is that I'm an athlete down and deep, but I can read the research and understand it.
Right, we've got a number of great Game Changer segments that you will be seeing throughout the fall. What was great and new about this year, we brought in some student athletes. How was that working with
Oh, it was great to be back with athletes, because that's what it's all about. It's about you guys out there and what you can do, what you can't do, and how we can improve it all, not only from a performance perspective, but to keep you healthy.
It's critical that you check out our DMC Game Changer segments. They're inside all of our shows here in Michigan. They also, again, are standalone videos on our YouTube page. You can go to Game Changers website, so dmc.org/gamechangers. And so once again, we are just thrilled not only to have athletes' participation in the segments this year, but also to be partners once again with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. So Laura has got a wealth of information to give you, so make sure you check it out. Thanks.
Hey, thank you so much.
I also invite you to listen to the Extra Point Companion audio podcast. This week, we had a chance to sit down and talk to Davison head coach Jake Weingartz as those Cards get ready to go up against rival Grand Blanc on Friday night.
Obviously, we've had a lot of success against Grand Blanc the last 4 times we played them. And they've been undefeated the last 3 years that we've seen them in the regular season, so really nothing's changed for us. Obviously, we got to go out and put a complete game together. As far as the rivalry goes, we've handled them pretty well the last couple of years, and we're gonna kind of do what we've done the last 4 times we played them and go out, play some physical football, try to go up top, make some plays, and just go from there.
Obviously, this has turned into quite the rivalry. No love lost here between you guys. I know when 2 teams are good, obviously a rivalry tends to happen. Is there a little bit more juice in this one, though? How has this become such the rivalry it's become in Genesee County?
Yeah, maybe we've some kids haven't really liked what's going on over there and voiced their opinion about how they like what's going on over here, stuff like that. But here at Davison, we don't get caught up into the banter, into making this game bigger than it is. We take one game at a time, and we just so happen to play an undefeated top 10 ranked Grand Blanc. So we're excited about the opportunity and, excited to show yet again who the top dog in Genesee County is.
And once again, you can listen to the entire conversation on the Extra Point Companion podcast, along with our ranking segment with State Champs own Matt Mowry. Head on over to Spreaker.com and search State Champs Sports. We also want to thank our good friends at Hungry Howie's for not only sponsoring the Mr. Football and the Anvil Awards, but also for sponsoring Extra Point. It is now time to discover what Bernie is burning on this week. Now, last week, Scotty, you said that the Catholic League Central Division was one of the tops in the state. I don't think too many people would argue with that. Well, we got a lot of chatter on social media, especially from the Macomb Area Conference. That Red Division, they did have something to say about it, actually. They think they are the best in all of Michigan. And I know you want to talk about why, and the QBs in that conference are a huge reason why.
Well, the MAC Red definitely has an argument that they can make for being the best conference in the state, top to bottom. When you're talking about the MAC Red, definitely top division in the state, top to bottom, can an argument be made. I want to talk about quarterbacks, though. And when we're talking about the quarterback crop in the MAC Red in 2021, you're talking about swagger. You're talking about just moxie and composure and command in the pocket. We start at the number 1 team in the state right now, Chippewa Valley. You got Ryan Schuster. And you can't find a more dialed in quarterback right now in the state than Ryan Schuster. He's committed to Lafayette. For my dollar, he's the most underrated field general, definitely in Metro Detroit, maybe the entire state. He drops dimes. This kid threads needles and just is the total package. We saw his brother Tommy Schuster lead Chippewa Valley to a state championship a couple years ago. He's at North Dakota State right now. And then look for the diaper dandy Schuster. Look for Drew Schuster, who's only a freshman right now. He will replace Ryan next year as a starter at Chippewa Valley, and you're just going to have a Schuster quarterback-thon for a decade.
The Fighting Schuster.
Yes. You move on to Sterling Heights Stevenson, Biagio Madonna, maybe the greatest name of a quarterback in the state of Michigan. And believe me, that name translates to slick, savvy quarterback play. Took Stevenson to the Final Four as a sophomore. This year, he's playing some great football. They're 2-1. He looked really good last week against Grosse Pointe South. Is a guy that has really improved on his reads, his progressions as he's gotten older, and whoever grabs him, I think probably at the D2 level, is going to be getting themselves a steal. Grosse Pointe South, this is Anthony Bernard. He's a junior. You're talking about a multi-sport menace. Anthony Bernard could be the best basketball player in the MAC Red. He's also a quarterback. He's took Grosse Pointe South into the playoffs last year. They're a really good team this year with Will Johnson, the number 1 prospect in the state at wide receiver. Anthony Bernard is just a pleasure to watch, whether or not he's picking apart secondaries, going surgical on the football field, or getting buckets on the basketball court. You're talking about Romeo. You're talking about Logan Rolfs. The picture of toughness and grit at the quarterback position. He actually had to come out in the game last week, and they brought in junior Jaden Robertson, didn't miss a beat, threw a touchdown, looked great, and I think Logan Rolfe's going to be in there because he's the senior leader, took him to a district championship last year, eventually lost in the regionals to West Bloomfield, but he'll be grooming Jaden Robertson for the future. And then if you're talking about Utica Eisenhower, you got a young sophomore in Preston Crum, and Macomb Dakota, you have a young sophomore in Ethan Hamby, who should kind of be the next generation of really good quarterbacks to come up in the MAC Red. But again, you just have just a bunch of quarterbacks with magic wands as arms, making magic every week in the MAC Red. It's exciting. Get out and go see some of these teams. If you want to see great quarterback play, if you're a young kid looking to know how to play the quarterback position, go look at Biagio Madonna, go look at Ryan Schuster, go look at Anthony Bernard, Logan Rolfes. They'll show you the way.
You're not going to get any better than that. He's not only breaking down the starters, you got the second string, the third string, and the little brothers as well.
The kids on JV that'll be coming up on varsity next year.
He's got it all down for you. Thanks a lot once again, my friend. We will leave you this week with a preview of some of the top games that we will be covering right here on State Champs. Number 5, Warren De La Salle going on the road to take on number 22, Brother Rice. That game will be played at Lawrence Tech. In Northern Michigan, number 14, Traverse City Central taking on Traverse City West for bragging rights in the city. And a pair of unbeaten square off in the Huron League, Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central taking on Milan. First place battle in the Lakes Valley Conference, Waterford Mott going on the road to take on Lakeland. South Lyon, who is 3-0 on the year, taking on the defending D4 state champs, Detroit Country Day, and we will have that battle in mid-Michigan as Grand Blanc is at home taking on Davison. Scotty, these games, once again, 2 weeks in a row, some massive, massive games.
Really excited for that crosstown battle between Traverse City Central and Traverse City West. Traverse City Central's got Josh Burnham, who is just a superstar, freak of an athlete, whether he's playing quarterback, whether he's playing linebacker, he does it all. And then they have a tight end in Brett Weaver, who's got a lot of Rob Gronkowski, little pieces of Rob Gronkowski that kind of pop up when you watch his game. He's going to Grand Valley State. Obviously, I couldn't be more excited about what's happening at Lawrence Tech this weekend. I'm going to be out at the Brother Rice De La Salle game. Just a classic Catholic League Central rivalry battle. Two teams that are battle tested, two teams with great traditions, and two teams with really good quarterbacks. Brady Drogosh at De La Salle, Hunter Polanki at Brother Rice doing great. Nolan Ray is the name you need to know about for Brother Rice. He's the running back who is just exploding this season. He's only a junior. By the end of the year, he could be the best running back in the entire state of Michigan. We've got a lot of great football action happening on the west side of Metro Detroit right now. South Lyon Country Day should be a great non-conference battle. South Lyon right now is the front runner to take the LVC title. Birmingham Detroit Country Day won a state championship last year. They got Brandon Mann. You want to talk about a diamond in the rough as a quarterback and a freak of nature in the pocket. 6'4", 210, throws cannon. It has a cannonball of an arm, throws lasers. And then really looking forward to Lakeland, Waterford, Mott. Again, I'm always looking at the quarterback matchups. Lakeland's got Tate Farquhar, the RPO magician, committed to Michigan State for baseball, but has decided to open up his recruitment, and it will be taking football offers right now. Just had an amazing junior year last year, leading Lakeland to that LVC title. And then over at Waterford Mott, we've been talking about him for a couple weeks now. Caleb Osborne, sophomore, superstar in the making. A lot of people are saying this kid could be a 4-star prospect before the end of the season. So go check him out now. You can see you saw him before he blew up.
There you go. It's going to be great. You can check out all the action right here on State Champs. That is the show for this week. Good luck to all the teams competing here in week 4 of the football season. For Scott, I am Ryan, and we hope to see you right here next time on Extra Point.
State Champs Extra Point, presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's collegiate athletic teams by visiting LTUathletics.com. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. And Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.